Warning, if you're easily offended, triggered, or considered a snowflake by your friends, you're listening to the wrong podcast. The views and opinions you're about to hear are raw, unfiltered, and without any regard for political correctness.
I'm offended.
Shut up. Longtime friends Scott, Will, Devie, and Jay dive deep into issues that other podcasts are too scared to talk about.
No topic is off limits.
All opinions are welcome.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Unlike some other popular panel shows, you know what we're talking about. These four friends have no agenda other than to tell it like it is. This is The Big Divide.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Season 2, Episode, I think, 3. We're in number 3 here. So, to The Big Divide, a show that is bringing three of my friends together from different cultures so we could talk about stuff and maybe unify this bad boy, kind of like the Democrats think they're doing right now. So let me just do a quick roll call around the room here. Is my buddy Devie out there?
I'm here, Scoop. I'm here, man.
And did you make it into the inauguration, my friend?
No, I didn't make it down there either, man.
You weren't scaling the razor wire, trying to get in there, disrupt stuff?
Yeah, I was waiting for some stuff to pop off and then didn't feel like it was going to happen. So I said, yeah, I'll pass.
You stayed back? You didn't need your superhero help?
No.
No members of Black Lives Matter.
Oh, look at that. That is Black Lives Matter. There's a Hispanic Lives Matter right there. Will Montez, you're in the house. I can hear you. How you doing?
Right? I'm in the house. And it is Episode 3, Season 2.
LLM, Latino Lives Matter. Okay. And then finally, the leader of Jewish Lives Matter is Jay out there.
JLM president is
JLM president. And I'm here. I'm handling. I'm burdening all the white people on America today on the show.
Yeah, so you can't say White Lives Matter? Is that
White Lives Matter?
It's a racist thing. I can't say White Lives Matter. Are you kidding me? I can't say All Lives Matter. I can't say White Lives Matter. It's all racist. Because white lives don't matter right now. Right? Like, they're trying to cancel us.
Yeah.
We go ahead and we came over here. We cleared the land. We planted some corn.
Right. Y'all gave us
all the work we did, and now we're getting dismissed. It's unbelievable.
Wow. And now this is how y'all got treated.
Exactly. Look at this. The thanks we get. Okay. All right. Well, I want to start off the show really quick by, we get a lot of questions about, hey, how's it you guys can handle what you do during the day? What do you do for a living? We kind of hang out. We do real estate. So we don't really have jobs. We get to do what we want to do when we want to do it. So if you're interested in doing that, we can help you. This crew right here is part of over 15,000 people around the country that are doing real estate together. A lot of those folks we introduced to the ability for them to do their first deals. So if you're ever interested in that, get a hold of us through our mailbag. You can go to bigdivideshow.com. Let us know that you'd like some details on that. We can help you out. So let's get on with the show. So there you go. That's our shameless plug on us being able to grow our real estate investing network. If you caught my gist. I do have a plug
with that too, man. I do have a plug. Actually, a friend of mine said, "Hey, I was listening to the show, and your guy Scott talked about real estate, and I know that's what you've been doing." So he said he was going to hit me up. So
that's good.
Right, great.
See, we say, look, we're here to save lives. I mean, every time I do a webinar or I run a meeting or we have a workshop, I know that it saved my life. Right? I mean, I was in bad shape when I met the group that we work with. And nothing has ever been the same. 14 years later, I have never looked back. Nothing's been the same. It's been a fantastic. I'm still on the way up. You know how you get on a roller coaster and that chain pulls you up that first lift, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's been fantastic. So anyway, all right, let's give you an idea how the show goes. If you're the first time here, you may want to listen to the first show we had. Go to the bigdivideshow.com and listen to that first when you hear all of our backgrounds, get us acquainted with us. But here's how it's going to go. We bring a topic. Each one of us brings a topic that we can all discuss. We'll discuss it in a time in a time limit within 1 minute. So we'll throw out the topic and then we'll start the timer. When there's 1 minute left, you're going to hear the dinner bell. And then when it's time to end the topic and move on, which we do most of the time, sometimes we're battling. So last week was a show where I think the producer Tristan was like, ding, 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 ding. He was hitting that bell a lot trying to get us separated, but didn't quite work. But when the round's over, you're going to hear the boxing bell. And hopefully this week we're civil. Okay, so anybody got a topic they want to start with?
Wait a minute, you forgot the mailbag.
The mailbag. How could I forget the mailbag? You're so right, Devie. Good job. Okay, so let's hit the mailbag really quick here. Let me pull that up. And we got hey, you're not going to believe it. We got mail from guess who?
Laura.
Laura is running, and here's what she said: "Got to keep my streak going." And she kind of mailed it in today. No pun intended.
There you go.
Here's what she said. She asked, and I got to bring it up, but it's not big. She goes, "Got to keep streak going. Does it drive anyone else crazy that people leave out to be out of their sentences? When did this become acceptable? Here's the example: the windows need cleaned." I don't even know if I've ever heard anybody say that.
So. Oh yeah, I've heard that all the time. You know, I come from Pittsburgh, and that's a colloquialism in that part of the country. So my answer to you, Laura, is this, and you knew that I would answer this way. Yes, it drives me crazy, except where it's regionally colloquial, and then I find it kind of charming. So it depends on context.
Can I throw some controversy in here? I mean, I don't know. I've never heard that before. You want to get
controversial about cleaning windows?
No, controversial. This week, I had somebody ask me, and I don't want to bring up the person's name because I don't want to get hammered, but somebody asked me, they're like, does it drive you crazy that somebody, instead of saying ask, they say ax? You know, like, hey, I'm going to ax them for Santa Claus for something.
I think that was like, referring to me because I say that all the time.
Yeah, but I think it's a cultural thing, right?
Yeah,
it is culture.
So
it's definitely culture.
Here's how I answer that question. I'm like, look, I mean, if I go to the South, there's a lot of words that are changed in slang, right? So I think it's a dialect thing. I don't think it.
The city of Chicago, finna clean the windows. Finna clean the windows.
And you know what? I thought, okay, that means fixing to clean. And I had one of my black friends says, no, it doesn't mean that. I go, it doesn't mean fixing to clean. Like you ain't saying the word all one line. What does it mean, Deebs? Fin it.
I'm about to. Yeah, because like I'm saying, I'm finna go outside.
So isn't it fixing? I'm fixing to go outside. Just like
it is. But it's so proper. Who wants to say I'm fixing? It's so proper.
I get it. I get it. So the slang is I'm finna.
That's a regional colloquialism. That's what I was talking about before. Yeah.
No big deal. I mean, if you can understand them, who cares?
Right.
Okay, here's the next question from Dan. Here we go. Conservatives rejoiced in the Baker versus gay couple case in South Carolina. Back the Baker for religious freedom. So the Baker won the case. How is big tech blocking conservatives to express themselves any different than Baker refusing to bake a cake for a gay couple? In my understanding, it's a platform. So it's almost like the phone company. If I'm talking to Will on the phone, nobody's monitoring that. Nobody's actually involved in that conversation. It ain't like the phone company's going to break in and tell me I can't use the phone anymore. So my understanding is that these like Google or Twitter or Facebook, the reason they get away with they're not publishers, so they can't be sued for slander because they're not publishers. But then they can censor because they don't like, which puts them, maybe that's the argument, they puts them in the publisher realm.
Dan, thanks for the question, but I got to tell you, I think there are some really fundamental differences here between the Baker and big tech censorship. Now, if I'm not mistaken, and don't hold me to this, go back and check, but if I'm not mistaken, the Baker was asked to actually participate in the wedding, which was their objection. They, if I recall correctly, they were perfectly willing to make the cake but not participate. Now, big tech blocking conservative speech is a really interesting situation and one we're going to have to grapple with as a society because they are private companies. And in that realm, they may be legally justified, as much as I hate it. However, as Scott said, their platforms are evolving into such a common public square that as a society, we're going to have to figure out and probably reevaluate how we view these platforms.
My thought process is they're still private companies, and what Jay is mentioning is that the challenge that we have to face is because they're so big and we use the platforms, the waters are getting muddy. Because one of the things I've just been saying is we've been talking about shutting Trump down. He can't. Freedom of speech is being coming against his freedom of speech. And I said, as the president, he's always had a platform to get out there and get word out. I mean, they call it the White House press conference. So it's, we're not suppressing his ability to get a message out to the public. It's just we're using public forums, and that's his preferred method of communicating. And so now these companies are put in the middle. Okay, we got to censor some things. So I think it's a little tricky.
But they're saying, here's what they're saying. They're saying, hey, we are like the phone companies, so we're not here as a publisher. You can say what you want on our platforms, just like a utility. But then they're saying, but we don't want this out there. Now they the minute they do that, they're like, well, we're going to censor this so that it's not part of our platform anymore, right? AT&T will never
no
stop
longer
you.
A publisher.
Exactly. Well, they're no longer a almost like a utility, like just a communication tool, like AT&T or the phone lines, right?
Yeah, because they don't want to use the ability to still be able to put out information, because that's how people get their information.
Saying that they are. They're saying no, you can't sue us for slander because we're not publishers. We're like AT&T. But then when you go, well, you're like AT&T. Well, but we are a private company. Well, you got to pick one or the other, right? You got to pick one or the other. Are you like AT&T, or are you like the New York Times?
And they're playing the fence. Say we don't have to pick. We don't want to pick one or the other.
Totally playing the fence. Yeah.
And they're set up as an entity, and their entity protection of Article or Section 230. So when they canceled the New York Post, okay, they're not supposed to do that. But the New York Times can cancel the New York Post. The Chicago Tribune can cancel them because they're publishers. But these Twitter accounts, okay, they're acting like a publisher, but they got protection under that 230 article.
Yeah.
That's
and
going to be taken away.
I mean, now that the controls are completely on the left, it's going to get worse.
Correct.
It's just going to get worse and worse. I think that's my opinion. All right, one last thing. Here we go. We got. I think Devie was the 1994 prom king at our high school. That's Sean Lilly. So that's a question. Were you the prom king in 1994 there, Deves?
I was the prom king. I was most popular. I was I wasn't most human. I was going to say best all around is what I was. So I was several things, man.
Best all around what?
Best all around student. And we had those categories. That was a category. It was three of us that were considered best all around. I guess because we were.
What was that Kevin Hart show where he was the golden with him in the Rock? What was it? What was that? Golden Jet. The golden jet. With a golden jet.
Were there 7 individuals graduating from your class?
That's funny, man. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's good. Yeah. Congratulations, Devie.
He did put it in a question form. He says, "I think." Like,
no, he didn't. I made it a question. I made it a question for him. Actually.
Okay.
Because I questioned it. I'm like, Devie was a prom king? I'm surprised he got a date.
Well, I was under the impression that Devie was a girl based on what you said, Scott. It could have been Scott, prom queen.
Oh, there we go. Shots fired. I appreciate that, Will. Go. Shots fired.
I love you, Devie. I love you.
Okay.
I love you back, brother.
All right, let me go to the other mailbag. We got more mail here. Gosh, lots of mail today. Lots of people, lots of listeners. Okay, hi, fellas. This is directed at the self-proclaimed non-Republican Trump supporters. Non-Republican. I don't know what I'm talking about. If Trump decides to form his own political party, would you join this new party and continued allegiance to this man? I'm going to say that I'm the policy guy, right? So I like the policies. In fact, I'm going to talk about that today in one of my topics. But I didn't like him in the primaries, right? So I didn't like the guy himself. I think every time that Trump called somebody a loser, he made himself a loser. So his rhetoric was absolutely terrible, man. It's one of the reasons he's not back in. But yes, I love the policies. So if there's a party that would put together a policy platform like that again, I'm all in.
For me, I'm all in. Mitch McConnell, what he's doing with the Republican Party, and they cut ties with Donald Trump, backstabbing him in the back. You don't do that. You just don't do that. I understand that Trump is gone, but when you wanted to impeach him, I think that a third party should be created. And if he does create it, I will follow 4 policies, not the man himself. It's the policies. Yeah. What's better for America?
Yeah.
Well, I want to weigh in on this because I'm a fraction of an inch away from disavowing the Republican Party and pulling my membership in that party. I'm disgusted with them. So I may fall into this category. However, that said, I would have a really hard time supporting a third party because it would splinter the Republican vote, the conservative vote, and be a disaster for conservatives. And I'm going to cite two really good examples. One, in 1912, Taft, running as the Republican, was running against Theodore Roosevelt, who started the Progressive Party, and the two of them ran against Wilson. And because they split that conservative vote, Wilson got into office, and he ended up showing us what progressive really means. And then the other example is far more recent, 1992. George Bush was splitting the conservative vote with Ross Perot against Clinton, and then Clinton came into office. And
That's right.
Not that Clinton was a disaster, but it wasn't good if you were looking for more conservative policies. So splintering that vote would not be a good thing, but it would require a lot more thought. It's not a simple question. It's a great question, in fact. Thank you.
I was going to say, dang, Jay, you was around for both of those events? Wow.
He was.
Yeah, well, I was young in the 1912 election.
Yeah, I was, wow, man.
Yeah.
And the fact that you remember it, that's fantastic.
How about
that? Big Taft supporter. All right, one more. We got one
so
more.
Wait a minute before we go to that, because I guess I don't know if I need to. Yeah, I don't need to weigh in on it because y'all know where my support. I just want to shout out Susan for the question. I mean,
Great
appreciate
question.
it, and I think it was a great question, and I'm glad to hear Will say it was more or less about the policy and not the man, because I was a little worried there. So good on you, my friend.
You got it, buddy.
All right, good on you, buddy.
Y'all feeling the love between me and Will?
No. Devie approves of you. There you go. Devie approves of the way that you now think. There you go. You've been deprogrammed, Will. Congratulations. Okay. All right. How'd that go? Did you go to was there an address you went to get deprogrammed, Will?
Well, there's a concentration camp set up around the neighborhood.
Right in Villa Park there for you?
Yeah, there in Villa Park. That's where I went.
All right.
They deprogrammed me.
Okay, here's a last mailbag here. How did you all feel about Biden's inauguration and former President Trump's non-participation? Do you really approve of the overall message that they portrayed because he chose to be petty rather than follow the longtime traditions of peaceful and cooperative transfer of power? That is from B-Fly.
B-Fly.
All right, I'll just say this. I'm going to be honest. Him not making the inauguration went along with a plan that I heard. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of hoping that plan is interacted. Then when he landed in Florida, I'm like, that idiot should have been at the inauguration. So when he didn't show up, I'm like, okay, plan's in place, right?
So let me get this straight. It was okay with you as long as the Q theory was happening. Am I hearing that right?
Listen, if you guys all know me, right? I am a stirrer of the pot. You guys all know that, right? I'm the guy that likes to throw the meat in the middle of the room and see everybody go after it and throw the bets out, right?
You're the bowling ball in the washing machine.
I am the bowling ball in the washing machine. You show me a washing machine and I will turn into super bowling ball, right? That's me. I'm a disruptor. That makes sense. Yeah. So when I heard this was going to happen, and you see the razor wire going up, and you see 30,000 troops in DC, you're like, "Well, something's going on here." You're like, "This will be good." And so when he didn't go to the inauguration, I'm like, "This might be real." And then when he landed in Florida, I'm like, that a-hole should have been at the inauguration. What a dumbass. So, that's what I thought. As soon as he landed, I'm like, it ain't real. What is he not being there for? That really, it was petty. I think it was petty that he wasn't there.
I disagree.
Okay.
It's interpretation, using the adjective petty, because he didn't show up. I just noticed all the adjectives that they used throughout his administration, 4 years in there. No matter what he did, it was petty. No matter what he did, it was destructive. No matter what he did, they never gave him credit. And now they stole an election from him, apparently, and he never conceded, but he's got to go show up and show face to the people that cheated their way in. I say no. Somebody beats my butt unfairly, I am not going to give him the props. That's the way I interpret it as. And the adjective petty is like, is it really petty, or is it really taking a stance on what you believe in? And that's the difference.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I definitely believe.
Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Hang on. Hold on. Hello? Oh yeah, you heard that? Hey, Willie, you have to report back into your deprogramming camp because it seems like they just called. You got to go back to deprogramming, buddy.
I think it was you. No using foul language on the podcast. I got a feeling that's what it was.
Spelling BITCH and then saying it.
Yeah, that's right. Good job, dude.
But it's not a foul word, right? It's not a foul word. It's permissible now. Right, so
sure. Okay, Devie, did you get to say something before I got interrupted by the deprogramming call?
Well, yeah. I was just going to say, I definitely found it was petty, but like Will was just saying, he got his tail handed to him, so he felt some kind of way. That's Trump. Here's what I could appreciate about Trump. Trump has been true to who he has been the whole time. That this guy didn't get rattled and you guys liked him because he was different from all the other politicians and stuff. So you got to give him the credit for that. What I just like to say is I just think it was the inauguration was great because I just felt like it was great for women. I texted my daughter and she was like, there was such a proud moment, regardless how people feel about.
Wait. You're going into a topic. Hey, we gotta get out of the mailbag here, bro.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get out of the mailbag. I just think it was petty then. I do.
Okay.
I think
Thank you.
Petty.
That's all the question was about the mailbag. All right.
No, let me weigh in on this really quickly. I think it's a really great question. And personally, I grappled with it, Cameron, and I would like to have seen Trump at the inauguration. He should have been there. But let's be honest here. There was plenty of petty to go around, including from President Biden. His remark about being glad Trump wouldn't be in attendance was as poor as Trump's behavior and equally unbecoming from a U.S. president. And Trump gave us plenty of that in 4 years. By the way, did you put the word president in quotes when you referred to Mr. Trump? You do know that he was actually president, right?
That's right.
That's it. That's all I've got.
That's right.
Oh man, here we go.
I couldn't let it go when somebody says President Trump in quotes. Come on.
Or you know what?
You're not in denial, are you, Cameron?
Okay.
Okay.
I get it. Okay, now let's do the now that we're going to get into rounds since Jay interrupted me. So we're going to get the rounds are going to be divided up according to what we have left in time. We still have a speed round coming yet. My favorite portion, and somebody on this panel besides me has got 10 questions they want to offer up, so I'm pretty excited. All right, so who would like to go first in topic rounds?
I'll jump in.
Do it.
Okay, two of the very first executive orders President Biden signs is the cancellation of the 1776 Commission and the cessation of any further border wall construction on the U.S. southern border. I think this is either revealing for those that haven't been paying attention or for those that have been paying attention. It's simply confirmation of the mindset and the policy positions of the left and President Biden's complicity in supporting those radical initiatives. I think the border wall is self-explanatory, but for listeners who may not be familiar with the 1776 Commission, it is basically this. It's an initiative established by President Trump to reinstitute the teaching of fundamental American values in our schools and universities. And it was also designed to counteract the New York Times 1619 Project, which, among other things, teaches that the American Declaration of Independence, the U.S. Constitution, and indeed America itself was founded in order to preserve slavery. Anyone that studies American history or has read the Federalist Papers know that that is absolutely false. This is the left setting up a narrative upon which they can base what I consider to be their extremely radical ideas and goals. And as for the border wall, give me one sensible reason that not having a wall protects America better than having a wall. See, I'm not sure that Mr. Biden is a true radical as much as he is a political animal who acquiesces to whatever and whomever serves his political aspirations, and that scares me. But he is clearly bowing to the extreme left side of the party, and if they deem these things to be important, so important that he had to deal with it first thing out of the box, I think this is a glimpse into what we're going to see in his administration. So, gentlemen, are these positions radical?
I'm in. Tap me. Here I go.
Yeah, go, Scooty.
Bing. Okay. We just got done talking about Trump being petty. This is petty. So listen, I think I heard a lot of rhetoric about Trump and he's, turning over policy. I think this is petty, right? I think that, I don't know. I agree that the country started in 1776. I mean, the Declaration of Independence from England is the Declaration of Independence from England, right? So that's pretty simple right there and pretty straightforward. So I think that is, again, like you said, politics, but I do think that, since Trump said it, and we saw it for 4 years, no matter what Trump did, he would give his pay to the veterans. So like, look, I'm not taking pay, I'm giving it to the veterans. Oh, but look how much money he's spending on Secret Service. Who cares? He could never do anything good, right? So if he did, he had plenty of great policies, but whatever he did was countered. Right. And this is just that continued. So, and here's my problem with it. My problem with it is we're going to create unity. We're going to heal the country. How many times we hear that this week?
Or yesterday? It ain't going to happen.
It ain't going to happen, right? You saw that we're going to heal. We're going to heal. I see people on Facebook now. We're finally healing. What?
But clarify something for me, Scott.
Yeah.
Are you claiming these to be petty or radical or both?
I think the radical, I mean, come on, it is radical if you're saying, well, it wasn't stuff. Yeah, we're gonna the 1776 Commission, which is actually stating, look, let's declare that this was the Declaration of Independence. I mean, that's radical. Radical is saying America didn't start then on that declaration, right? We're not, whatever. That's radical and petty. The fact that they're going after this, they want to send a statement to every Trump supporter that support Trump, like, look, we are going to erase everything, get to the deprogramming centers. So whatever. I mean, it's tearing the country apart. What they're calling unity is absolutely is a tear. We all know that a wall keeps people out of my house. So that again is, we're going to cancel that right now. We're going to, I mean, there's going to be an amnesty, right? There's going to be, hey, everybody's citizens, and there's a caravan coming. Okay, well, let's make the wall big. Let's create a hole big enough in the wall so they can all get through. That's what's going to happen. And unfortunately, it goes to the radical agenda where we need more voters. We're going to make sure that this never happens again.
In 50 years that Biden was a senator, he had never once had any problem with the Constitution, with what they taught, okay, with 1776, not at all. Okay, he was
a segregationist.
I get it. Don't get me wrong, right? Don't get me wrong. But he's further radical right now to the left. And what they're doing, they want to reprogram everybody in the United States. I'm not talking about Trump supporters. I'm talking about the children in America. They want to take out the Constitution from the school system. They want to teach 1619 because they want control. They want open borders because everybody that gets in, amnesty, and we get to train these immigrants the way we want them to train. It's the fall of the white man. That's what it is. They want to destroy all the values, the statues, what represents America. That's what they're doing.
Well, just to draw a distinction, Will, I'm putting out there that I'm not convinced that Biden himself is that radical. I think he's playing to his base, and he's being the political animal that he is. That's my opinion.
Devie, what do you got? So we don't have much time.
Yeah. So, I mean, I heard some things from Will, like, for instance, the fall of man. So let me answer the first thing. Is it radical? Yeah, it can be. But, they all coming in, they're going to swing to their base. I think the rhetoric that Trump had, the reasoning behind the wall is what hurt. So, but the fall of the white man, it's been time coming. So I got another.
Those are fighting words, God.
Oh my God, dude!
I mean, the way you said it, Will. The way you said it,
the white man's time is coming to an end.
Right at the bell. I said it right at the bell.
Be white.
Give me another bell. Give me another bell, Tristan. Give me another bell. Go to the corner.
If you white, you in trouble.
There you go. That was great. Those are some fighting words.
Very telling. Way to represent all the black community there, Dave, today. That's awesome.
Yeah, the fall of the white man. Let's get it.
Man, that's a long time coming.
Wow. It's a conquering. It's an internal conquering.
Wow.
I love you.
Well, I'm glad I'm here to see it. I mean, I guess I'm here to see it.
I love my white man.
I just thought of a remark, and I just held back. It was half out, and I pulled it back.
Let's do something. Okay, who's got another topic? Who wants to bring something? Good job, Jay. Who's got a topic?
Well, I have a topic because I was just listening to it. Listen to Grant Cardone. Since we're all real estate guys, and I thought this was an interesting question that he posed. He says, "Who do you think is going to be better for real estate?" And saying that we're all real estate investors, who do we feel will be better? Will Trump ultimately reveal to be better for real estate, or will Biden be better for real estate?
I don't care who's in office. There's always a market, right? Like in the crash, when the 2008 crash happened, if you knew what you were doing, you were buying up properties like crazy. Like we were able to, there was a deal done out of this building, 79 properties for $1.5 million because everything was on sale, right? And then you see Trump get into office, and what does it become? It becomes a seller's market, right? Everybody made a lot of money selling their properties. So if you understand the market, it don't matter what market you're in, you're always going to make money.
Yeah, I would agree with that completely. I don't think it matters.
Nah, it don't matter.
We'll just adjust strategy.
I think it does matter. I got a friend, he owns a gym. He's got rental apartments, and he doesn't collect deposits no more. He doesn't fix apartments at all whatsoever in the city of Chicago. What he does, he tells the client, you fix the apartment and you get to live in it. $900 a month. And here's the reason why. He withheld deposits on certain tenants because they didn't pay. They took him to court. He lost. And he had to pay 3 times that amount.
Welcome to Chicago, though.
Welcome. But they're liberals. And I've heard that they want to bring that nationwide. I've heard. And I read something on it. Okay.
So
I don't remember where I read it. Okay.
So
they're going to say they're currently with the COVID that if somebody cannot pay their rent or their mortgage, they can stay in there for a year's time, up to a year's time, and they can't do anything about it. So they're destroying capitalism. That's what they're doing.
So based on that, what you just told me, then, all right, it becomes a regional thing. Like, all right, where's that going to happen at? So you know what you're dealing with. But there's still a market. I mean, there's still a market. There
is still a market. You're absolutely correct. But the question going to Devie, who's better for real estate, Biden or Trump? And if Biden imposes this that's regional, national, we're in trouble. So I'm responding based on the way the question was proposed to me. Who's better for the market? I think Trump was better for the market.
I will find a way.
I think, and I'm piggybacking off of what Grant Cardone was saying. Shout out to Grant Cardone. I know he's listening. He's a buddy of mine. Not really.
Sure.
Yeah. No, but
you took him to prom.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What he ultimately showed some stats of presidents up to Reagan, from Reagan all up to now. Neither side was good or bad. Real estate has continued to consistently grow. So each one may have some policies that may come in, kind of to what Will is saying, but for the most part, the growth of real estate, it doesn't matter necessarily what party is there. So it's always good.
All right, who's got to talk? That you didn't even make the bells, bro. You just bought us some time.
Yeah, go ahead.
There we go, Devie, being concise. Okay, so we're gonna start another topic there, producer. There it is. Okay, so who's got another topic? Anybody got a topic?
I got a topic. It was going to be about from the people coming in with the caravans to the United States, but we touch a little bit based on that. So here's my next question. Why is it that the Democrats get away with everything that they get away with? And I'm talking about during to the debates, right? The debates with President Donald Trump and Joe Biden. All the rules were made from the left. You had Chris Wallace, okay, the debater, okay, and you had all these liberal reporters as debaters. And they changed the rules every single time.
Are you saying moderators?
The moderators, right?
Okay.
They change the rules every single time. And yesterday it came out that Chris Wallace said that was the best inauguration speech since 1961, since JFK. And it wasn't. Right. It was divisive. To me, it was boring. It was like, no, thank you. Right. But you can see these people's real true colors, that they are against Donald Trump. They were against Donald Trump and they still are. They're canceling us in every single way. But why do they get away with it? Who's fighting from the right and putting up a conservative effort to say, let's make the playing field even?
Well,
because they had the opportunity to make it even. Go ahead.
They're getting away with it, Will, because they control the media. They control the universities, which this, is the feeding ground for this, the seeding ground, I should say. They control the major levers of power right now. And that, to me, is a very scary thing. But I think that's the answer.
And I think it comes back to, this was planned a long time ago, right? Like it's been in play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they're like, all right, it's rules for radicals basically. And people paid attention like, hey, this is a long game. So how do we infiltrate and get this society turned around to what we want it thinking? And really it is a class-based kind of thing. You saw a lot of elites, and I don't know if anybody's got a dispute on this, but I do believe that there's a lot of corruption. The Hunter Biden laptop, they're connected to China. And if you are sitting on the line here thinking that Joe Biden did not benefit from the relationship between Hunter and he flew on Air Force 2 to get to China to make deals, like you're putting your head in the sand because you don't want to give any kind of acknowledgement to that. But there's corruption and this is why I hated politics, right? They go in as public servants, not worth a lot. They come out worth a lot and they mask it in a book deal. And it's a ton of pay for play up there in DC, and it sickens me, right? I used to say it all the time. I'm not Republican or Democrat. I'm educated, and there are laws that we can use to our advantage to get wealthy in this country at our kitchen tables that they're already using to become uber wealthy. Does it make sense? And that they're using and they're masking. There's a lot of corruption. I don't give a crap what you say. But this is planned. This is a class creation. All right. There's elites that run. We're like the proletariat, and then there's the peasants. And hey, good luck if you can get into the industry of politics like AOC did. AOC will be rich for the rest of her life, because she won an election and now she's part of that.
Yeah, I think they're getting away with it, Will, because, or at least right now from the 4 years Trump was in, is because, like what you guys said, Trump, when he says people are losers, his rhetoric, the way he talks about certain things, it turns people off, and so now they can take those sound bites, or they can take that, and I'm talking about the Democrats. They can take that and then they can feed the public. Like Jay saying, they're controlling.
They alter the videos. You're absolutely correct.
So yeah, so they feed it. So that's what people are getting, and then so it's just like his supporters. He says certain things, and he puts that out, and then so they feed into that. The whole corruption thing, the cheating. So you feed that, right? And so that's when people start believing it. So they get away with it because now the majority are saying, yeah, we want this guy out of here. He's calling people racist and all losers and all this kind of stuff. So I think that's why they getting away with it, because they're leveraging what they have in place and just running with it.
It's because the media made it important. It is a core, guys. If you guys this, and I went back to this. I got suckered into this thing for 4 years. I got suckered in because it was a different guy in there. I'm like, this is not a politician. This is a guy. He's a bowling ball, and he might destroy DC. And that's what I was hoping would happen, because it is corruption. It is the elites coronating whoever they want into the club.
We all know it's corruption. We all know it's elite.
George Carlin says it's a big club, and you ain't in it.
You ain't in it. Yes.
You ain't in it.
Yeah.
And this is this and I don't care. Anybody that says, hey, this is better for the country is okay with being, censored, and you're okay with the corruption if you say this is better for the word, this is better. And here's what the media has done. The media has vilified the language and the rhetoric. And that's what people reacted to. We're emotional creatures, especially the people that just go to work and they do the same thing all day long. And then they create this emotion in the people watching the news. They get behind that emotion, and then that's why they vote. They vote on emotion. They're not voting on policy, and that's why I'm saying I love the policy.
Agreed. Okay. Did we get Jay? Did Jay come in?
Yeah,
I came in on that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Everybody came in.
Next topic.
Next topic. Boy, we're running efficient today, baby.
The trains are running on time.
Man, it's unbelievable. All right. Okay, one last thing. Favorite. It's the end. All right. So Trump's gone. We don't know what's going to happen next with him, what he's going to do, whatever. But there were some policies and that he had created. Give me your favorite Trump policies and your least favorite Trump policies. I'll go first since there's a stunned silence. I believe that immigration reform was needed to help America to appreciate the people that, even the immigrants that came in and did it right. I think to be honest with you, the people come here for a certain reason and they realize it's harder to get into another country than it is to get into America as far as becoming a citizen. Mm-hmm. And the people that did it right are dishonored by the people that are just coming in illegally. And then all of a sudden with this, I'm telling you, man, there's going to be an amnesty. I can just feel it. I think the immigration policies, looking at it and focusing on it was good. I think the tariffs were awesome to bring back jobs to the United States. We saw that happen. I think the easing the regulations on small business so they didn't have to pay into a different bureaucracy was good. That also increased jobs, which is all going away now. The pipeline is good. I mean, the gas went down, right? Those policies drove gas prices down.
All right, man, get to the ones you don't like. That's too many.
He's made them all. He's doing our job for us.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And also the peace agreements. I think what this guy tried to do around the world to create peace between America and different countries is something I wish and I hope can go on, because who wants another war? All right. What didn't I like? I don't know. There was a policy I didn't like. I just didn't like the rhetoric.
For me, he exposed China, and when they created that virus and they have all the supplies, they give us the flu vaccines, penicillin. I said, oh no, that's dangerous. That's got to be brought back to the United States of America. And he put the tariffs on there, and he made America great when it came for jobs. And another one is energy independence. Paying for gas at $2.25. That's awesome. We haven't had that instead of paying $5 for a gallon of gas. And the least favorite is his tone, right? His tone. If he could have toned it down, be a little bit more discreet about what he says, sometimes he didn't need the rhetoric. That didn't help him.
Well, I'll start with the least favorite, and I'll keep it to one or two. Least favorite is with the healthcare. Trying to roll back people getting healthcare. I didn't like his stance on that. I do like the fact that he was reaching out to other countries. Maybe want peace. Maybe again his tone and rhetoric was not great, but he did go into North Korea, and he made buddies with the crazy dude. So I guess
is that good or bad policy? You think that's good or bad?
I think it was good. I mean, some people could say, "Oh, that was for his own personal gain or whatever," but the truth of the matter is, nobody else was able to do that. I mean, so
right,
you got to give him the credit for that one. So I give him that.
Well, I think by far his best policy was the policies around creating energy independence. And it was a series of things. It was removal of regulations for the oil and gas industry. And the reason I think this was so good is because it opened up so many other things. Now, one of the things I loved so much about the Trump administration was his foreign policy. And in many regards, I even liked the way he did it. It was really rough and tumble, and at times I wasn't sure where he was going. But I liked the results of it, including with our allies, getting them to pay up on the defense of Europe and supporting NATO. But this all comes out of the energy independence. And look at what happened in the Middle East and the way he was dealing with Iran. But by proxy, then, the way he's dealing with North Korea, China, and Russia, this all stems from energy independence. And before he left office, he got 4 separate peace agreements in the Middle East. He got countries to step up and make these agreements with Israel. And that is truly unprecedented. And I hope this current administration keeps that in place. And I want to say again, it all stems from energy independence. It gave us the strength to go out in the world and do what we needed to do. Now, what I liked least about what he did, I would like to have seen him push back a lot harder on these omnibus bills and the spending, because we are in such serious debt, it isn't funny. And I don't see any let up in sight. And he added to that. There's no way around that. Now, maybe those were political deals he had to make. I don't know. But we spent too much money again. And you can't lay that at his feet solely. Mr. Obama did it. Mr. Bush did it. And the list goes on. But he did nothing to really slow it down or stop it. And I wish he had.
I agree with that, Jay.
I didn't hear a bell. My gosh, we are efficient today. No bell. We beat all the bells this week. Last week, I guess we made up for last week. Last week was terrible.
That's what it is.
we could not stay inside the ropes, man. We were throwing chairs at each other. Okay, so let's do speed round. And listen, last week I challenged you guys. I'd come up with every speed round so far. So this is speed round. And I don't know how to pick somebody who's got, who brought 10 questions?
I've got a speed round.
You jumped out first. Should we go? Anybody else got a speed round? Do we have to choose? Willie, did you put together 10 questions for speed round?
I did not.
I like your speed round, Scott. I'm
we
gonna
like
test to see how Jay
right?
does.
You're the host.
Yeah.
I'm the host. Okay.
The host is the most.
But last week I said. Last week, no. Hold on a minute. This is a topic here. So last week I asked everybody, hey, could you come up with 10 questions? And Willie, you said yes.
Oh, okay. I was consumed by the election. That's sure. Right.
Great, sounds good. All right, Jay, you're the winner, man. 10.
Here we go. I'm going to send you a gift card for therapy. I think you could put that to good use, don't you think?
Totally.
Post-election therapy.
Can you get him to a procrastination seminar or something, dude?
Yeah, I'll get to that a little bit later, but I'll do that.
All right.
Did you get that? Come on, that was funny.
So we're going with Jay. All right, here we go. Ready? I'll kick it off. Jewish speed round.
Oh, man, Jewish speed round. This is going to be light and breezy. I think this will be fun though. Okay, number 1. You ready? What is your favorite ice cream brand? Now, I used to like Baskin Robbins best, but I have recently discovered Andy's frozen custard, especially the chocolate. It's a regional chain. I don't know if you have that, Devie, but I love it. That's my new favorite.
Haagen-Dazs.
Good. I'm Ben and Jerry's guy. If Half Baked is in the freezer, I've actually gone into 7-Eleven looking for Half Baked and didn't see it. I just walk right out, dude. Ben and
Is
Jerry's.
Half Baked a brand? I don't know that.
No, Half Baked is a like a flavor, right?
Oh,
Half Baked.
Okay.
There's Cherry Garcia, Half Baked, Chubby Hubby, right? So I'm a Half Baked Ben and Jerry guy.
I like Ben and Jerry's New York Super Fudge Chunk. Awesome. They got white chocolate, dark chocolate. It is awesome ice cream.
Let me change mine because I got to be true to who I am, man. I like the grocery store Winn-Dixie in Atlanta, the big tub of Neapolitan.
Is that government ice cream? Is that government ice cream?
I don't know about ice cream. I don't know if that's government. Oh, that's shots fired.
That is so bad. All right. What is the best rock album ever produced?
Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven.
Oh, can't argue with that. Anybody else?
I never was into rock, so I can't answer that.
All right. So what's your favorite album ever produced?
Oh, Michael Jackson Thriller.
Okay. Yeah, that was a great album. I gotta go.
I don't know does that qualify as rock though?
Well, it's really more pop.
Pop, I didn't know. I wasn't into.
Yeah, he
rock.
said that.
Just say it. Just say it.
I wasn't into
white.
rock.
I'm not a white guy. I don't like rock. Just say it, dude. We're conquering white people, so rock ain't gonna be around.
I like
much
Led
longer.
Zeppelin,
we're
but I just wasn't into
We're gonna be burning
the music.
white albums.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. The White Album. All right.
He said it earlier. I'm almost out of the picture, dude.
Will, what do you have?
For me, I got a second emotion, right? Michael Jackson Thriller. And when that was destined to hit, the world was at the television tube, right? The video, everything that was going to come out. We were there. We threw a party, and we were waiting for that album to hit the streets, and it did. Right? And it was a hit.
All right. I thought you were going to tell me Santana's Abraxas. My favorite was Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, that's a good one, dude.
All right.
Just let that thing play. All right.
Should we require photo ID for voter verification?
Yes, you should. Yes, an ID to actually have your vote count would alleviate everything we saw happen in this last election that was fraud.
I say no, right? No requirement whatsoever. Let's go to the banks. No requirement to pull out money. Let's go on a flight. No requirement for IDs. Get rid of IDs completely. I'm just kidding.
I'm sitting here thinking, who took Will away? Who took him away? All right, I got it.
Reprogram him.
I'm just kidding. Of course, man. Everything else requires an ID. Let's get IDs.
Yeah, I actually thought it was because I've been ID'd every time I voted. So yeah.
All right, I'm a big fat yes on that. Nobody had to guess there. All right, do you buy flowers, candy, etc., anything like that for your significant other on Valentine's Day?
Dinner,
okay,
and a card. Always a card. You write down expressing in print or with ink how you feel is always powerful.
But not gifts.
Yeah, no. I mean, a flower. I can't say that. I give flowers on her birthday and Mother's Day. Yeah, I'm a dinner guy on Valentine's Day, and a card.
Yeah, I'm dinner, flowers, and chocolates.
Oh. Triple header.
Chocolates.
He's the prom king, right?
That's because you're not married. That's what that is, right?
Yeah. So I gotta do it for everybody now.
Do your men appreciate that?
That's why I said significant other.
We're gonna start something now.
Yeah. A big hug and a big kiss. A big hug and a big kiss.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Bye.
That's it.
I see. I think you stole my thunder. My answer is not usually, because I think the gift of me is pretty spectacular. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Okay. All right.
Just lost Nancy.
That's right. Well, hopefully she won't listen to the show. Yeah. What's your favorite cut of beef? Mine is bone-in filet mignon.
Ooh.
I am a bone-in rib. I'm a tomahawk ribeye guy. Ooh. If I can have that, if you're saying favorite, right? If there's a place that has that, I'm in.
I like so many people. Just give me the whole thing.
The whole cow. Here, roll out a cow.
Just put the whole thing on the plate.
You know what I've grown to love? Grammy's corned beef. And that is delicious. I look forward to that every Easter. That is super delicious. Delicious.
Your mom,
melts in your mouth.
Hey, if you want to order Grammy's corned beef, just dial 815.
Does she make it from scratch?
Well, she buys the corned beef and then puts it together. But she does a great job. It's the best I've ever had.
All right, this one will give you something to think about. The year is 1921. You run into a young Adolf Hitler in a bar in Munich, Germany, and you have a chance to kill him and get away with it. What do? I'm going to answer first. I would have to let him live, because at this point in time, he hasn't committed any crimes, and time and fate may take him out later. If I do it right now, I'd be committing cold-blooded murder.
I think the universe is perfect, so I'd get his autograph.
Something to sell later on, right?
I'm just saying, like I put that in a time capsule. I mean, you can't, again, right? If I believe what I believe, it's not the Minority Report. You can't do for future. Does that make sense? Then you're in violation of God's law. Yes. So
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do selfies exist? Because I'll take a picture.
It's 1921, dude.
They don't exist. So,
I was going to say take them out, right? But since God's laws just came into effect, and you know what?
They're just now for you?
Yeah. I was going to take them out.
Just save you? Willie just got saved. Look at that.
Yeah, I got saved. Yeah.
All right, Devie, you going to weigh in on that?
Yeah, no, I don't. I
said selfie.
Yeah.
You lift bait, you don't kill him. Okay.
Yeah, don't kill him.
All right. Who do you like in the Tampa Bay Green Bay game? In other words, the game of the Bays this weekend, and by how many points? I like Green Bay by 7.
I don't even care, to be honest. I didn't even know they were playing. I didn't know they were playing. Now. But here's me. I would rather see Green Bay lose. So
yeah,
because of Chicago, right? Yeah,
I hate Green Bay.
I don't hate Tom Brady. I'm like, it's, he's been there enough times, so I'm ready. Let Aaron Rodgers.
And Aaron Rodgers has not. Huh?
He hasn't been there in a while. So
okay,
and he's only.
I would never ever root for the Green Bay Packers.
Never,
ever. That's my arch.
Ever. Well, that's the same for me. Tampa Bay.
In fact, if Ditka was playing the Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the same time, I'd take Ditka Bashavik.
Well, I'm with you there. Yeah, you guys are showing your real bear stripes.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
I will take Brady because he's 42, 43 years old. Show him how it's done. Go out into the sunset after you win the Super Bowl. Go ahead.
All right. What's your favorite dessert?
Key lime pie.
Key lime pie. I like that.
You do me a key lime pie, man, and I'm your best friend.
I got to say it right. Pecan pie. Pecan
pie.
Will.
Nobody said. Who says pecan? Pecan.
I always let Scott order dessert for us, and it's always a hit.
That doesn't sound good when you say it like that.
But I'm just saying, because
now we know
like
who
that.
both of their significant others are.
You say it differently.
So okay. We'll edit all of that, okay? No problem.
No edits.
I let my man.
Okay, that mango from that restaurant right next to the office. Once we eat, I don't know the name of it. I'm not a dessert guy.
I'm still reacting to how you said it in the first place.
Okay, I got an answer. I got an answer.
I'll tell you what. Let me.
No. Hey, wait. I got it. I got it. Give me Grammy's apple pie. Done. Homemade apple pie, fluffy, melts in your mouth. Puts a little bit of ice cream
going
on
with
the side.
bread pudding with caramel sauce.
Yeah.
That's my
that was funny.
All right. Who was the greatest entertainer of the 20th century?
Oh, my gosh. 20th century. I'm going to say Elvis.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, no.
He's thinking,
you don't think
Michael
Elvis
Jackson,
wasn't a
right?
great
Yeah, I'm thinking Michael Jackson. It's got to be Michael Jackson.
Over Elvis.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't get me started with the Elvis.
Hey, Devie, was it Michael Jackson? I didn't mean to just push that on
Michael
you.
Jackson. Yeah, Michael Jackson.
I got a question. How many people visit Neverland versus Graceland?
Lots of people visit Neverland. They're just very, very young. That's all.
Y'all in real form today.
Yeah. As soon as you asked that question, Jay, the first thought that went through my mind, Elvis.
Yeah,
Elvis was the best.
Chairman of the board, Mr. Frank Sinatra. You're all wrong.
No way, dude. No way. You now do Elvis.
Come on.
I got a question. How many people swing by Sinatra's house on a regular basis?
That's the standard.
Look how I can rest my case.
By your house.
See, no. It's the same thing as the Jordan conversation, right? Well, LeBron or Jordan. I don't know who's stealing people's LeBrons. Nobody. All right.
You're entitled to your opinion, but if you're wrong, I can't help you.
Elvis stealing people's music. Okay. Anyway,
there you go. All
Michael Jackson created everything.
You should leave humor to
movie ever made. Best movie ever made.
Coming to America.
Okay. Coming to America 2 is coming out now, I believe.
No, that's not dude, if that's your best movie, dude, you need to go to the movies. Best movie ever made.
Coming to America.
All time.
Jeez. Best movie ever made.
So you can't even think of it.
All right, while you're struggling with it, I'm going to go.
I've seen lots of movies.
I'm calling The Godfather 1 and 2. I'm going to treat them as one movie. If I have to pick one, it's Godfather 1.
I second the motion, Godfather. It's a great movie. Every time it's playing on TNT, I stop and I listen.
Yeah. I'm gonna say the best movie ever made that has been probably seen more than any other movie ever made. You ready for this? It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, okay.
Can't argue with that. Hey, Will, I'm just curious about something. You went with The Godfather as well. What do you think of Godfather 3? Thumbs up, thumbs down, or neutral?
It's 3 out of 4 stars. That's
okay,
it. All right?
Gotcha.
Yeah,
all right.
3 out of 4 stars.
That's it. That's our top 10.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! So all right, so yeah, that's a quick show.
Applause. Yeah,
that was a quick show, bro. That almost like when that went off without any hitches. My goodness, might be getting.
Well, you want to go back and do it again?
I might. I mean, I don't feel satisfied. I feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah,
something seems missing. I don't know. All right, well, folks, thanks for joining us for The Big Divide. If you want to check out, you want to add to our mailbag, we had a pretty good mailbag today. Go to bigdivideshow.com and let us know exactly what you want to talk about. If you got a topic you want us to address, you want to talk about how crazy Willie is or how sexy Devie is, I guess. I don't know. Then let us know. If you want to check us out on Facebook, the Big Divide. Is that my? Yeah, The Big Divide on Facebook. That's a group page.
Where would they find us online, Scott?
Show. The Big Divide Show, Scott.
Nope. BigDivideShow.com.
See, you guys don't even got this done. BigDivideShow.com is the website, and The Big Divide is the Facebook page.
You keep forgetting the show, even on the Facebook.
Show on the Facebook. There's no show on the Facebook. It's Big Divide on Facebook. You're fired.
I think you're wrong.
You're fired. Don't think I'm wrong.
BigDivideShow.com on Facebook. I just looked it up.
Oh my gosh.
I just thought about Forrest Gump. That's a great movie also.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to the show, Will.
Speed round, wake
up. Jesus criminy. All right, guys. All right, I think that's our cue here. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. My brothers from another mother, thanks for making it a great show again. You guys are awesome. Check out thebigdivideshow.com. If for some reason you're interested in real estate investing or working with us so you can be on shows like this, hit us up in the mailbag and let us know you want to know how you can work with us. All right, guys, thanks a lot for joining me. You guys got any parting shots?
Peace in the world.
See you later.
This has been The Big Divide. Don't forget to subscribe for your weekly dose of unfiltered and unapologetic conversation.
Done and done.
And of course, share this episode with all of your friends. Well, maybe not the sensitive ones.
You apologize right now.
Do you have a question, topic, or opinion that you want to hear discussed? Go to BigDivideShow.com and tell us all about it.
Or simply look up Big Divide on Instagram or Facebook and send us a message.